There you go. Wow.
It looks like they come in 2 per. Good morning, everybody. It's a nice early spring morning, March, and the birds are making their way back. Mountains are still covered in snow, but unfortunately, the radiator on the 100 series here has finally reached its end. So today, picked up a new radiator from Carl Malone Toyota here in Utah. We're gonna tackle changing out the radiator and as well as the T-fittings. It looks like they come in 2 per one package. I think it was $7. It's a sweet deal. They're a little bit larger at the top and then the one side smaller. So I've read that people do just go down to the hardware store and pick up brass T-fittings and whatnot. But for $7, since I was already there for the radiator, might as well grab those. To make this easier, I'm going to pull off the engine cover, which I was kind of worried that they were going to be a little bit more difficult to access, but they look like they really won't be that bad. So one guy on the forum said he started having problems with these after he did a little body lift. Apparently they get pretty brittle. So once that thing cracks and breaks apart, you're kind of hosed unless you can find a way to clamp it off or plug it and still have some radiator fluid on board the truck to fill that up. Could probably run a little bypass, some sort of little single line from this side to that side, and then it would just cycle and circulate. Would be just fine, I'm sure. Got a nice piece of cardboard and a nice moving blanket on here to practically lay down on. So hopefully we can get this done pretty quick and easy. I don't know why they have the clamps mounted upside down, so you don't have access to them, so that kind of sucks. How are we going to get these clamps turned around? Try to grab a hold of the one side. Oh, look at that. Holy shit. With just the slightest movement on that thing. Kaboom. She's done. Wow. One guy suggested clamping off the hoses to keep debris from falling down in there. So I'm going to try to be as dainty and careful as possible. There you go. Wow. Damn. And I don't even know how I stumbled upon this repair thread on I Hate Mud or whatever, but I think, no, one of the Instagram guys, he made some t-shirts about these tees. Replace your tees. It's hilarious. But so otherwise I wouldn't have even thought about replacing these things, but looks like that's the easiest way. Get the damn plastic part out, and now we can manipulate these clamps a lot easier, and we will rotate them around top-wise for the return. I think I'm going to try to use this to kind of crush that thing a little bit, hopefully, and pull that junk out of there. Oh yeah, comes out pretty easy. Just smashes. Gonna be stuck there. We're gonna have to go get a light and a pick and get all that shit out, because that's not good. Okay, got that pinched off, so none of this debris should fall down in there. Whatever isn't already down in there anyway. Dang, look at that. Still some junk in there. What the hell? Okay, we've made the decision. We're gonna go get new hose, which means that makes it super simple. All we gotta do is make a slice here, slice there, slice here, and slice there. We can keep the freaking whole thing intact. Don't even have to dig out the parts, and just use that as a guide to measure the length for the new parts. Careful not to gouge the heater core end part too badly. Okay, it's aluminum, not brass. Get the fuck off. Thank you. What a prick. Jesus, that was unbelievable. There we go. All new shit. Okay, sweet. So here we are. Ran down to the store, picked up some 5/8 hose. This one's fortunately made in the USA. This one is made in Thailand, but should work fine. 19/32 or 15 millimeter. 15.9 millimeter. So we're going to go about rebuilding these things and getting them put back together. Interestingly, only one of them crumbled. The lower one, or I should say maybe the more inboard to the center of the truck one, seems to be pretty intact. It's not crumbling apart. Might hang on to that as a spare in the spare box. We're back at it. You get the gist of it. Not much else you can do from this point besides use your imagination. The only difference is this time we're going to set up the clamps at the top. Now, the discussion about whether or not I should have upgraded the clamps. These clamps are pretty freaking stout still. So I have no concern that they're going to not give a good seal. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to have to kind of fit these and adjust the lengths to deal with the kinking capability, the kinking aspect of this, because it's kind of limited space here. So because I wasn't able to go get the actual original bent hoses from the factory, we're gonna have to kind of make this work and do it as such that these things do not kink. And my theory is that as they heat up and they get hot fluid flowing through them on a continual basis, they will kind of conform to the shape that I make them, and expand and all that. So I'm not worried about it. Now the clamps, it just seems a little overkill to try to deal with this number of clamps. How many is that? It's like 10, 12 clamps with the little screwdriver. So to hell with that. We're just gonna reuse these. They're pretty freaking bomber ass clamps as they are, and they make it pretty easy to work on next time around. So as you can see, the kinking issue here, I'm gonna have to shorten everything up, I think. But that's something you don't want to guess on, because you start cutting it down and then it's like, well, measure twice, cut once. But not bad. All right, dude. No rubbing here. Not really much of a kink there. Dude, we are freaking done. There you go. There you have it. Freshened up right before the battery died. Peace of mind. And I got lucky, you know, replacing those before that freaking thing busted off. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for checking out the channel. There's a bunch of other stuff on this channel, so feel free to browse around and check it out. And next up, we'll be headed out for some pretty sweet off-roading adventures as we move into springtime. So stick around, leave a like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. So we'll see you on the next one.